Hey, it's Nicole L. Gatson, and I'm just going to come on this Friday and talk a little bit about this so called horror culture that's going on all over the world, all over the news, social media. It's in the music, it's even in the food, it's in advertising. Everything is about sex, 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 and it's been that way for probably about a little over 30, almost 40 years now, when they made this shift to destroy families with the change. So I'm going to look at it from a biblical standpoint because that's how I live my life, Bible based. So I'm going to go back to Genesis and use a lady in the Bible as an example. She didn't start out as a whore, she started out as a wife. But because her husband died, desperate times call for desperate measures for her in this season in her life. So the woman that I'm talking about is Tamar, and you can go look her up in Genesis chapter 38. And Tamar, that wasn't her life though. So she is the daughter-in-law of Judah in the Bible. Go read Genesis 38. It'll tell you all about it. So Judah had some sons, and Tamar married the first son. He died. They didn't have any kids. So he was like, he told the next son, go sleep with your brother's wife so that she conceive and continue the bloodline. And he was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I think his name Onan. I'm not going to do that. To himself, he didn't tell his dad that. Like, I'm not going to do that because them are not going to be my kids. They're going to be my brother's kids because that's the way they looked at it back in the day. So every time he had sex with Tamar, he would spill his seed. And so God despised that. So he died too for not carrying on the family bloodline and impregnating Tamar. So the next son was too young. So Judah was like, go home to your family, stay with your family, and when my son gets old enough, I'll send him to you to marry. So, because back then it was really family. You bedded and married a woman, and you provided for her and your children, and she took care of the house. Like, it was really family stuff going on in the Bible in every instance. And then the devil and evil things always crept in to destroy the family. And it was always destroyed from the inside. It wasn't destroyed from external forces, which what makes the Bible even more great of a book, because it shows you destruction inside and outside. Even with Jesus, Judas ratted him out. Okay? Nobody was exempt from being an example in the Bible. Read it. God used everyone. He used wives, prostitutes, husbands, gigolos, everything. A lot of these women in the Bible were prostitutes. Delilah. Why would you name your daughter that? A deceptive hoe. That's what Delilah was. Why would you name your daughter that? So when you're looking for names for your children and you do want to be biblical, you might want to do a little bit of research and make sure it's a good name. Unless you want your daughter to be a deceptive hoe, then, more power to you. So Tamar found out that Judah was coming to town. He was grieving. He was upset. His wife died, and you know how it is when you end a relationship or somebody dies. This is how people do men, just naturally. Oh, you need to hurry up and get over it. They give women time to mourn and do what we need to do. People always do that, and then we're selfish when it comes to men and their mourning and how much time they need. So everybody was pressuring Judah to get over his wife's death. And as a result of that, he was like, man, let me go just get me a little one. It's in the Bible. Genesis 38, go read it. He said, I'm gonna go get me a little one. They pressuring me to get my stuff together. So Tamar heard he was coming. And so she dressed up like a little one. She took her widow's clothes off, because they had widow's clothes back then, so people would know who you are. People dressed according to what was going on in their lives. Like there was attire for everything, and we don't have that now, and we need to get back to that, because there's different clothes you're supposed to wear for different things. Read your Bible. So she had her widow's clothes on. She heard her father-in-law was coming. She changed and put on a prostitute's outfit. So when he seen her, he didn't recognize her, and he was like, "Ooh, come here, you." So he went, slept with her. Read your Bible, it's in there. I'm not making this up. Genesis 38. He slept with her. She got pregnant. Word got back. Oh, Judith, your daughter-in-law, a hoe. She pregnant. Come check it out. And he like, not my daughter-in-law. Serious. So he talked to her. He like, who you pregnant by or whatever? And she was like, I'm pregnant by the dude who owns this stuff. It was his stuff. And he like, oh, it's my stuff. So was there nothing he could really do about that? So to make a long story short, because I had to break it down for you guys so you could see where I'm coming from. Prostitutes were only designed for pleasure. Whores were only designed for pleasure. That was the only thing they were created for. Not to be a wife, a mother, a helpmate, none of that. A partner, none of that. You get your nut and you cut, period. If you do anything more with a hoe, a prostitute, anything, that's on you, male or female. I'm not just talking to men, I'm talking to women as well. If you decide to keep that hoe and make him a husband, that's on you. If you decide to keep that hoe and make her a wife, that's on you. Don't call me crying. Yes, I am a counselor. I am certified. But I'm not taking any more phone calls because you chose to marry someone from the whore culture. That's it. That's out. No more. So if you call me and you want to talk about your man or your woman, I'm happy to provide some guidance for that. But as far as anything that has to do with this whore culture, I'm out. I'm retired. I'm not answering any more questions about it. I'm not helping you figure it out. I'm not helping you how to figure out how to get out of it. None of that. If you decided to pick someone from the whole whore culture, you are on your own, baby boy, baby girl. I love you with everything in me, but you will not continue to drain me, because that is the life you choose to live. If you chose the wide gate to hell, I respect that. I'm not going to try to change your mind anymore. I'm going to let you do you. But I'm choosing the straight and narrow. That's it, and that's all. And that's all I could say as I end this video. I love you again. And I'm not mad at anybody. I love all my friends, male and female. But if you've chosen the wide, hey, bye. And if you chose the straight and narrow, I continue to love you. We will be blessed. I'll see you, because I will still interact with you. Take care. Have a good weekend.